The world today stands with your national revolution and admires your courage. In particular, President Trump, as the leader of the free world, has closely observed your indescribable bravery and has declared that he is ready to help you. Do not abandon the streets. As Iran burns in protest, a secret U.S. move is signaling a possible playbook that many compare to 1953 and the coup against Mossadegh. Amid mass uprisings, Trump's envoy has secretly met Iran's exiled Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi inside the United States, raising eyebrows in Tehran and beyond. A U.S. official told Axios that U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff held a quiet, closed-door meeting with Pahlavi in recent days. This marked the first high-level U.S. contact with Iran's opposition since the latest wave of protests began across the country. All this comes as Pahlavi increasingly positions himself as a transitional leader figure if the Islamic Republic were to collapse. The son of Iran's last Shah has led an exile movement from America since the 1979 revolution forced his family from power. For 2 weeks, Pahlavi has appeared on U.S. television urging Trump to back Iran's street protests and offer stronger support. Inside the White House, a national security meeting this week reviewed options on Iran, including political and other levers. A senior official told Axios the administration is not in decision mode on military action, signaling caution for now. Meanwhile, Marco Rubio has told colleagues that Washington is exploring non-kinetic ways to help protesters, short of direct strikes. Protesters inside Iran have started chanting Pahlavi's name, surprising many in Trump's inner circle who expected fragmented opposition. A U.S. official said Pahlavi's ascent appears organic across multiple Iranian cities, according to Axios, rather than purely manufactured. Experts say Pahlavi symbolizes a pre-revolution era when many Iranians felt more pride and global acceptance on the world stage. Carnegie Endowment's analyst Karim Sajidpour called Pahlavi a focus for nationalist sentiment among younger Iranians disillusioned with the current system. Sajidpour said, and I quote, "Most protesters were born after 1979 and feel nostalgia for a freer, respected Iran. Reza Pahlavi embodies that patriotism and forward-looking hope to make Iran great." Polls suggest about 1/3 of Iranians support Pahlavi, more than any other opposition figure in or out of the country. Even skeptics may accept the exiled son of Shah of Iran temporarily as a better option than the current regime, according to some analyses. However, any overt intervention by the U.S. to reinstate Pahlavi might simply bring back bitter memories of the 1953 coup. In 1953, Washington and London jointly ran Operation Ajax to topple then Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh in Iran. Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh nationalized Iran's oil industry in April 1951, seizing it from foreign control. Britain's Anglo-Iranian oil company lost control of Iran's oil fields after the nationalization move. London responded by imposing trade embargoes and cutting Iran off from steel, sugar, and vital oil equipment. British intelligence then sought U.S. support to overthrow Mossadegh after sanctions alone failed to change his policy. In 1953, the CIA and MI6 launched a covert regime change plan that became known as Operation Ajax. Agents funded street riots and bribed politicians, clerics, and military officers to turn elites against Mossadegh. Royalist army units fought Mossadegh supporters in Tehran on August 19, 1953, in fierce street battles. Hundreds died before Mossadegh ultimately surrendered to the army and was arrested. The Shah, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, returned from exile in Italy to retake power on the throne. Mossadegh was jailed and later placed under house arrest, where he remained until his death. Iran's oil sector was reopened to a consortium that included 5 U.S. companies after the coup. The CIA confirmed its role in the coup in declassified documents released publicly in 2017. The Shah then ruled with strong U.S. backing for 26 years after the overthrow of Mossadegh. The intervention helped trigger the 1979 Islamic Revolution that swept the Shah from power. MI6 and CIA's intervention also fueled decades of deep anti-American sentiment in Iran that persists to this day. A new U.S.-backed Pahlavi return could again serve Western oil and strategic interests, Eurasian Times argued. However, Such an intervention could also repeat the backlash and long-term resentment that followed the 1953 coup. As secret talks unfold and Iran's streets burn, history looms heavily over Washington's next move and the risks of replaying an old script.